And just like that, we're back. So, did you guys see the premiere? What did you think? Pretty, pretty powerful, I believe. I see Shreen and Shoe Lover 21 here. And here's Garen and Silas back. Yes, good. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. There we go. All right. Put that there. There's that. So right now this new story is, let's see, almost 200 views. Sorry, 235. Gabby for president. Yeah. Gira and Silas, we need these stories to help to give hope to others, like the change in it from your normal. Nux says, watch the premiere for the second time. I'm just crying. That is a powerful one, Glenn. Thank you. Thank you. It's a different topic, so it's likely to be a little bit of a slow grow for our channel. I would like for us to get to where there's a lot of thank you. I'd like to get to where there's a lot of stories that address these kinds of issues on our channel. I think it's a very important topic, and I hope that they get enough attention to make them sustainable. So, gosh, guys, if you can share the story in whatever social media you're active in, that would be very helpful. We really want to draw a lot of attention to this important topic. So, I have I have coffee now. Yeah, yeah, Pat. At a loss for words. So, Gabby, are you in here? Are you with us in the chat? Gabby, as one of us is going to talk about how your interview went. Why don't you start buy me a coffee? That would be another source of income. Buy me a coffee. Now, is that a metaphor for like having a GoFundMe or a Venmo or something like that, or is buy me a coffee something specific? Jay says, just amazing. I hope she keeps us updated and posted on her progress and journey in life. Gabby's here. Okay. All right, Gabby. So folks, when you asked about you keep 95% of the donation. So buy me a coffee, a specific site. We do have a something. We have a Venmo or something. Look at Jay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. How come there's no little heart thing here that I can go yay with? Okay, so anyway, Gabby, do you have any way we can follow your progress? Facebook, TikTok, podcasts. Well, there's us, Gabby. We can do a video conference kind of podcast whenever you'd like if you want to give people an update here. Gabby just got married last week. Congratulations, Mrs. Gabby. Mrs. Gabby. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys how Gabby's interview went, as that was memorable too. You know, when we shoot these interviews, I virtually never know the story in advance. I hear it fresh during the interview. And so when Gabby told her story, she was at this point where it seemed like we were close to finished. You're remembering this, right, Gabby? It seemed like we were close to finish, and then Gabby said, "But there is this one part that I kind of skipped over." And it was that part in the house with her mother. I I had no idea that was coming. So it was a very memorable interview. Had to work up to that. Yeah, yeah, I can totally understand that. You did really good with your interview. You really, yeah. I'm really grateful to you for sharing your story with us. Okay, Mrs. Gabby, on your marriage, and many congrats, many years of love and happiness. Yay! Good job. Congrats, Gabby and Groom. My hubby and I have 41 years so far. Love him more every day. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I just want people to understand you can overcome everything. Yeah, it's even beyond overcoming with Gabby's story here. I think it's not just overcoming, it is winning. It's continuing to raise your own bar and then reach that and raise it again and reach that and raise it again, and just that is awesome. There is so much all of us can learn from Gabby and how she's dealt with things, how she's faced her sorry, how she's faced her demons, how she has worked through all of her struggles, and can't see the chat. Hammer can't see the chat. How about that? So Hammer, but do you hear me? Are you there? Hammer's one of our storytellers too. He was from the same location, from Pensacola, and and yeah, he says he hears me, but he can't see the chat. So I I, I think that's on you, Hammer. I think something must be. She successfully turned her mess into a beautiful message. Yes, Brenda, she did. Uh, Hammer, are you on a phone or on a computer? Jay, my wife and I are on our 32nd together. We're still newlyweds. Gabby, keep up. Keep him on his toes and catch up to us. That's good. So, Hammer, you can try turning your phone sideways or turning it vertical. Thank you. And sorry, no, I don't have any substance use problem with coffee. She successfully turned her mess into a. That's right. So, so you can try turning your phone vertical or horizontal, kind of switch back and forth and see if you don't see the chat. I think the chat shows up when the phone is vertical. Uh, so, what are the questions you guys have for me, or for Gabby, for that matter? That Gabby being here with us, that's fantastic. You can present questions to her if you like. Sorry, and we'll little mishap here, but it's all good now. So, Gabby, how long did it take you to get your children back? Important question. Pat says, I can't see the chat on my phone unless I'm signed into YouTube. If I'm viewing as a visitor, the chat doesn't show up. Well, that's interesting. I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. Claudia, Gabby's mother-in-law, we are so proud of her. Well, there's a lot to be proud of, it seems to me, that Gabby was a joy to meet, and so just impressive. It was way cool. So right now the story has had over 330 views, and for our channel, the fentanyl stories get tons of views, and recovery stories not nearly so much. They are vitally important to our channel. Having recovery stories is huge because being able to direct commenters to that series from the fentanyl series means a lot to me. And so where this story, where I'm still standing, is at right now is it is somewhere between the average number of views that a recovery story gets and the average number of views that a fentanyl story gets. It's somewhere like right in here, and that's a victory because there's some crossing over, and it makes me happy to see that it's reaching people. Let me catch up. She's happy where she is with her dad. I have not gained custody of my oldest son. He was adopted when I went to prison. My daughter lives with her father. I do get to see my children all the time. I have had my daughter live with my butt. Okay. I'm guessing some sort of typo thing happened there. She's happy where she is with her dad, and she has the choice to be where she wants. I'm currently working on gaining custody back of my son. Claudia says it's such a privilege to watch her rise like the phoenix from the ashes to soar like an eagle. Well said, Claudia. Jay, do you have a membership portion? There is a membership there is a membership to our channel that if you look at the string of chats, the people who have green screen names are members. And what we do for members is almost all of our stories are made available to members without commercials. So there's that. And now we've started giving them early access to the stories as well. With Gabby's story, members got access to the story about, I don't know, 80 or 90 minutes uh, before the premiere. And it would have been sooner, but I was away. So that's, and once in a while we'll do something that's just for members. I'll do a live event that's just for members, or we will have some special content that's just for members. We have a story we share that's just for members about Texas pictures. And we are working on more content that's just for members. But the catch is, I don't want to make something that's just for members when it's something that everyone could benefit from. If so, like with these stories, we make it available to members without commercials, and I feel like that has a little bit of value. And then we also do some other things when we can, but anything that is important for the general public to see, we make it public. So we're always looking for new ideas for things to offer to members. We have a store that, for whatever reason, isn't linked to our channel right now, but we'll fix it one day. But I can post a link to it, I believe. And there's a discount code for members at the store to buy T-shirts and that kind of cool thing. So to sign up, there ought to be a button somewhere. You may have to go to our channel and look at the homepage on our channel, but there ought to be something that says member or something like that. Gabby, you sound like an amazing mother. Rebuilding with my adult daughter has been more precious than I ever could have dreamt of. I think there's something that comes out of trauma and tragedy that makes everything that happens after that a bigger deal. Yeah. And that when you have an experience, it brings you closer to a loved one. It's sweeter. Make sure you have membership gifting turned on in your settings, because memberships are given. Yeah, they certainly are. Knox, you're certainly right about that, and I really appreciate all that you do for the channel. It's wonderful. So, Knox, you need to email me. I don't really remember if you have before or not. I hear from a lot of people, Anyway, I finally learned to be everything to them that I never had. I never thought I was good enough for them, but the addiction told me so many lies. Sobriety opens a whole new world and perspective. That that is so well said, so on target, so insightful, and it's insightful beyond drawing on your lived experience. You're drawing on your communication skills and and your ability to be clear, which is such a giant thing, especially with the kind of work you're doing now with offensive and and the other stuff. But wow, that's really good. So let me see if I've missed anything. Uh, I'm just going back through the messages. I'm sending this out to all my friends. I have a big military network. That's great, Jay. We really would. I think we talked before about the PTSD in the military and suicide. Suicide is a really tough topic to address here on. Look at Nux go. Thank you, Nux. Welcome, Kimberlane, Lindsay, Ms. Bennett, Amanda Cowsey, and Mary Helen Bryan. I appreciate you guys being members, and I hope you enjoy the gift of membership from Nux. That's that's awesome. So, yeah, Nux, you just keep derailing me with things that get me mildly choked up, but I'm okay. So, hmm, yeah, Nux. Knox, you should send me an email. You should email me your mailing address. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Mary Miles, thank you, Knox, for sure. Knox, that's really that's so very generous and supportive and making such a great effort to spread the word, to basically be a storyteller too. Hammer's here. Hammer time. So that's great that you got in, Hammer. I don't know what the deal was, but hopefully you heard something from somebody in here that managed to help. Thank you, Brenda. Gabby says. So I have a question for Gabby. How do you feel now? Now that the premiere has been public and here you are in this wonderful environment with over 30 people talking, uh, over 30 people. Look at Jay. Oh, geez, Jay, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Uh, Thank you. How do we sign up for a gift membership? I think that the gift membership is a switch that you turn on in your channel settings, and then when someone gifts you a membership, you're able to receive it. Doesn't that doesn't that sound right, folks? So Gabby says, I feel amazing. I love the support I've received, but more than anything, like I've said, it's nice to just be a beacon of hope for someone else. That's what it's all about. Our biggest trials become, yeah, okay. Our biggest trials become our biggest testimony, and that's what it's all about. Ah, Gabby, you're too cool. So everybody grows when someone shares a story. Everybody grows. Everyone who receives the story grows. Everyone who engages with the story, everyone who has comments even if they're negative comments, because we do see those in the comment section sometimes. Everybody grows. It's such an important thing. Knox and Jay, thank you, thank you. Look at all the hearts going here. Plant the seed. Plant the seed, pay it forward. You can't have a message without a mess, and you can't have a testimony without a test. Gabby has all the above. Yeah, I think you used that last time too, Pat. I really like that. You can't have a message without a mess. You can't have a testimony without a test. Hmm. It just makes me think about all the places where I can share that I encounter in my daily life. So, what are the questions you guys have for me, Ms. Knox? Thank you, but I can't get it. I did turn on my gifts. Well, there ought to be a way we can hook Jay up, right? Maybe Jebram's World. Are you new to these these live events? I don't remember. I have if I have seen your name before. Gabby, thank you for your strength. Grateful to call you a friend. It takes a very strong person to share their story simply in hope of helping others. Lakeisha from Pensacola. Ah, the gift of gab. Wow. Yeah. 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 Okay. I got it now. I remember now. Yeah. The gift of gab. That's good. So who else has some questions for us or for Gabby or anyone else? Let your son fix it. There you go. There you go. And we will definitely hook you up. I am going to see if I can find our. Uh, sorry, some issue with a dog. It'll be fine. Big clap for Gabby. I don't know, Nux. I don't know how that works. It's certainly allowed by us, but YouTube has some rules. I don't know. If you could send one message all over the world, what would it be, Gabby? That's a good question, Gabby. If you could send one message all over the world, what would it be? Hmm. I am 6 years in recovery. I do not work a program. I have done AA before, but now I just help others, and that is a healing. That is healing enough for me now. I have a very strong faith. If I could send one message, it would be to hold on to that little fire you have inside yourself, and let it drive you. Don't ever give up. And Jay fixed it. All right. So I do not. So Gabby, you said I do not work a program. I I, I kind of disagree. I think you do work a program, but the program you work is a program you created for you. You're in this role where you're helping people, and that's part of your program. Maybe not looking to argue with you here. No, no, but because I don't think I could win an argument with Gabby. But yeah, I think that's your program. The program I work is honesty and accountability with myself. Okay, cool. All right, so I am. I'm trying to find something for you guys here, but I don't see how this works. Gosh, shop all. I don't want to do that. I want to. All right. Well, I was trying to find the. Hmm, well, I was trying to find a link. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I must have hit the wrong button. I was trying to find a link to give you guys that would take you to our merchandise store, and I'm trying to do that because sometimes people ask, and I don't for whatever reason our store's not connected anymore. But the kind of things that are in our stores, there's T-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies that have our logo, have some sort of fentanyl awareness message. This coffee mug is from our store. Costs like $18 or something. Kind of ridiculous for a coffee mug, I suppose. But here's the thing: it does stay clean. Like before this coffee mug, I had a white one and I had to wash it all the time. This one never needs washing for some reason. Raven, whatever works for you works for you. Whatever works for someone else works for them. I think part of the key is just trying. Is once you decide you want to do it, you tend to work out your own best path. Bruno, Faith, on the police, I met a girl who had a shot in her eye, bleeding, and said, I don't believe in Jesus and no faith inside. I said, believe in evil because he appears be owner of earth and keep him away. Okay, I think I followed that. My hardest lesson to learn was loving myself and to allow that to happen as well as forgiveness. They're connected for sure. Forgiveness and loving yourself, they one mandates the other. Forgiving yourself requires loving yourself a bit. Seems like, yeah, I'm working on it, Knox. I don't this it's it is the spring. Hmm. All right, I am gonna try to find a way here. Okay, I have to log in to get it. Huh. I'm gonna have to explain it to me. Here we go. Okay. Come on. I'm trying to get to the store, folks. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Here we go. Ridiculous. Hmm. Oh, okay. Sorry, folks. I'm really trying to get there. I'm going to try it one more time. All right. Let me catch up here. What's Sterling? Vicky, my message has two parts. Sorry. Claudia, Gabby is my daughter in law. She is the strongest person I know and the best mother. I will always have her back. We have to discover a way to make people have faith and be close to God. I think the best way to do that is by example. From that, people grow. I'm 63 years old. The 30-year-old version of me wouldn't recognize what I'm doing now. You grow your whole life. Yeah, yeah, we have to discover a way to make people close to God for sure. Not only forgiving self, but you cannot truly heal unless you forgive those who have hurt you. Then you can truly move forward. It's a hard pill to swallow, but possible. Yeah, forgiving people that have hurt you is letting go, and that's vital to any kind of recovery, any kind of continued personal growth. That if you can't let go, then energy that can move you forward instead goes toward not letting go. Reach one to teach one. If it can help one person in my life, I'm okay with that. More than one, absolutely amazing. Yeah, yeah. The Claudius is Gabby Dan just posted under my name for you. Cool. Raven, you can't help someone else until you are complete yourself. And Brenda says, plus the Bible tells us to forgive others. Yeah, the Bible is full of wonderful guidelines for how to lead your life. All kinds of simple. So there's so much that is just glaringly obvious, like forgiveness. Forgiveness ought to be an obvious thing. That forgiveness is something that is within you, something you have control over. If you don't forgive, then you're using energy that could go towards helping someone or helping yourself. You're using that to be angry. Everybody knows better than that. Jay says, Gabby, you're spot on. I'm 52 in July. My idols in Beverly 90210 are dying, and I found my generation is going away. Hey, Bruno, just to share, I'm 63, and yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Holy cow! All right, so let me figure out. I am looking at our store now, and I don't know how to. Uh, no stores. There we go. Okay. What is this? Okay, I'm working on it. I'm trying to find a way to share a link with you guys. I don't. Oh, I think I got it. I think maybe. Okay, kids. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to try this link. I'm going to send a link to you. You guys can look here and see if this link right here works to get you to a store. So yeah, if I go to it, I'm going to log in as the manager or whatever. But if you guys try it, we'll know. So I looked at the Storyteller Facebook page on the TPD site, TPD homepage, YouTube. Didn't see a store link anywhere. I know. I don't know why the store link disappeared, but maybe this link will work. We've kind of been neglectful of the store because it just doesn't feel like the best way to spend our energy. And so, good deal. So if you want to get a fancy $18 coffee mug that is ever clean, because I'm looking at it now, I haven't washed it in weeks, and I don't see any coffee stains or anything. So that must be why it's so expensive. Gabby says Claudia is my mother-in-law. Her son, my husband, actually got sober together after being in active addiction together. That that thing, having that accountability between you and someone else, that if you're accountable to each other, and in doing so you also support each other. It's very cool. Claudia asked, because Gabby can both help and draw strength from your family. Yes, the coffee mug is $15.99 on the store. Glenn's trying to make extra. Yeah, that must be. I swear I paid $18 for it, and it's my store. You'd think that, and there was a discount, but actually there is a discount code that I will share with you guys. Uh, that is real life. I'm the same way about actors that I like who are dying because of life, cancer, and other stuff. Ms. Nux, I will pray for you. Guilt is a burden for everyone, and you deserve more. I see how you treat others here. Yeah, Nicole, you. I always get confused. Like you're Oklahoma or Kansas. I need that coffee cup. It's a Navy thing, huh? So it's a cool cup. On one side it's got our logo. See, I can hold it there and it'll be shown. What if I put it right here? There we go. Will it? Look at that. Look at that. How cool is that? And then on the other side, I think it's cool. That's just me. So it's there if you want to. Please feel free, Jay. I thank you and am sending prayers and big love. I am so grateful for all of you guys. You guys are really. It is an 11-ounce cup. Come on, 11 ounces of coffee is just a swallow. Put up a big cup. All right, Pat. We'll work on that. And I don't know. We have actually my stepson is a graphic designer. He's the one who designed the snake graphic with the fentanyl awareness thing. Alabama. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Alabama. We've been talking with someone about coming to Alabama. Uh, we've had inquiries recently from Alabama, Louisiana, Colorado, which is going to happen in June, and July is Norfolk, and who knows where else. Next, forgiving myself was impossible in the beginning. I kept praying for energy to carry out my purpose and getting no answer. Finally, it dawned on me I wouldn't get the energy until I forgave myself. When it dawned on you, that was sort of getting your answer, wasn't it? Maybe. August is back in Pensacola, huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. Maybe. What was the thing going on in Pensacola in August? There's something going on, right? There's like a specific event happening that uh, we should come and be a part of. I'm going to order 2 cups for my wife and I. Yes, the story matters the most. This is. Uh, I can tell you guys something about this whole stories that matter thing. This right here. This. Look at that. Look at it. It's brilliant the way the focus pulls like that. That. That right there. That whole stories that matter thing is really a long term dream come true for me. To be in a spot where I get to work with wonderful people to create content that matters, that contributes some kind of way. Yeah, it's living the dream for me. I'm 63, so it took a while, but that's okay. I'm glad to be here. August back in Pensacola. I'm going to order 2 cups. Got that Purple Pulse Project 10-day awareness campaign. I don't think we can come to Pensacola for 10 days. But during the campaign, maybe there'd be a couple of days where we could set up and do more stories and be part of the draw for the event. Not that we're that big a deal, but it seems like maybe we could be part of the draw. Just my personal belief. If you ask God for forgiveness and you believe that He forgave you, then if you can't forgive yourself, you're elevating yourself above God. He forgave. You got to do the same. You guys realize Pat's a pastor, right? In case you can't hear that, it's such a good point and such an informed kind of perspective. Here, no, you would only be here for 1 or 2 days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Hammer. One day is not enough. I don't think. And if I'm able to bring my wife, which really depends on what her schedule is like, if I'm able to bring her, we can spend a couple of days doing other things because holy cow, it is Florida, right? So, but actually, it would be it would be better to do 2 days. I kind of feel like that. Yeah, and so okay, look who's here, April. Cool. So Austin says knuck sandwich. Your name means knuckle sandwich. Yeah, kind of. Except Nux's actual name sounds kind of Nux like. So Florida again. Oh yeah, yeah. It looks like a pretty strong possibility, April. So yeah, and there's a couple of stories we missed, didn't we? So yeah, and maybe by August we'll be finished editing all the stories we shot in Florida a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago. Hi, you guys. So for those of you in the group who don't know, April and Hammer are both local event coordinators. April is in the Cocoa Beach area, and Hammer is in Pensacola. And they both did wonderful jobs making things happen for us. April says, "I'll be waiting absolutely 100," and then she took her message away. Okay, fine. I okay. Austin Knuckles is my last name. I want to open a sandwich shop, so yes, I have a LLC for Nux Sandwich. Well, that's cool, April or Nux. I had no idea. A sandwich shop, cool. Somehow I picture it being just a little bit Starbucksy, not so much brand wise, but in terms of the social aspect of what happens in Starbucks. There's a lot of visiting and that kind of thing. But that's just where my brain goes. I could be wrong. I mean, it's going to happen one day. I will be waiting. August will be great. Okay, April. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What did I miss? Did I miss anything? All right. So, what other questions? So, the store link worked, right? Similar to Potbelly or Subway. Potbelly. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been one of. I don't know if I've ever been to a Potbelly. Uh, Sounds better than Subway, though. That's just me. Austin, my husband, occasionally wants to give me a knuckle sandwich. But nah, Brenda, we can't be. But obviously, if he feels that need, it's probably Probably not his fault. You know, is that a guy perspective? Maybe. No more intimate and family style. We'll feed anybody. That's awesome, Max. Usually after I've wrecked another car. Well, gosh, Brenda, you know about Uber, right? Sorry. Yes, it is a guy's perspective. Well, of course it is. Guys can have a perspective, you know. Uh, we count. There's a great documentary called The Red Pill. I believe it is on Netflix. The Red Pill. The filmmaker is a woman who did some acting and then directing, and uh, it's certainly worth a watch. April, sorry to go soon, but I'm going to watch the premiere I missed while gardening. Hugs to Glenn and Sherry. Thank you, April. And remember, April, as a member, you can look at the member access version that doesn't have commercials. Oklahoma gave me a driver's license, so I'm keeping it. Yeah, isn't it weird that an Oklahoma driver's license still counts? Yeah, I think April might be onto something. It might be about time to wrap it up pretty soon here. But typically, as soon as I say that, more people show up. I just saw someone else give a thumbs up. That's cool. And when I say, all right, we're about to wrap it up, then see, there we go. We got two more people who joined us just then. Because I guess because I said we're about to wrap it up. Jay says, this is an amazing platform and I'm loving this conversation. I totally appreciate all the feedback and support. Brenda, is it valid in any other state? Yeah, see, I think yeah, it's valid, but it's probably some sort of negotiated thing that it's obligatory, you know. That it's yeah. Brenda, April, in 41 years, we had never laid hands on each other in anger. Right. Neither have I. So I think that you can't act out of anger. But I felt pretty confident that that would have been the fact without you having to say so, Brenda. That we can joke around, but we also know the spirit behind you and behind most of the regular folks here for sure. So who else is here? Who else has questions? Who's new? Is there anyone that's new to these live events for Texas Pictures that maybe you have some questions for us and I can try my best to answer before we shut down. Oh look, more thumbs up. Good job, folks. We have 35 in the group right now and we have 17 thumbs up. So WSP, I'm not new, but I have questions about the Maria recovery story. What would you like to know about about the Maria recovery story, because it's sort of a fentanyl story as well. That it is a there's a fentanyl loss, and it's a very tragic. So, okay, what is your question, WSP? Look at that, just like that, my name pops up. Isn't that cool? It felt more of a fentanyl series story than more of a recovery story. I learned more about Mookie than the actual journey to recovery. Yeah, it it sort of is both. That's why it's identified as a fentanyl story and as a recovery story, and it's in both playlists on our channel as well. And it was that was a challenge of putting that story together, was making it in a way that that has both elements, both stories, and then figuring out how best to present it to the public. But a powerful story, I thought, and Maria Simonton is really, um, she's really active in increasing awareness and in social media, and she is on it. It was great, but she never mentioned her drug of choice or how she and her sister ended up addicts. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing about, you know, we don't know the stories in advance, and we don't turn anyone away, and people share whatever they're comfortable sharing. Sometimes they share a lot, sometimes not. So with Maria's story, she's a wonderfully open person, and she is easy to find on social media. And you can get more of her story from her, I believe, if you just message her in a social media environment. Like, I know she's very active on Facebook. I get it. I just had questions. I wish her well on her recovery journey. You can ask her questions that pretty much everything that I know about Maria, I came from the interview. And so for more questions, asking her would be good. But you can't, I'm encouraging you to ask her. Tell her you saw her story and you had questions. And she will love hearing that you saw her story and be happy to answer your questions. WSP, I have some of the same questions about Maria's story. Well, there you go. Brenda, you could do it too. Or maybe we could do a follow up with Brenda. I mean, with Brenda. Or maybe we could do a follow up with Maria in in a month or two, perhaps. Yeah, this is really, I I appreciate doing this. It's a little weird. It's a little awkward doing a broadcast kind of thing like this, but I appreciate it because of you guys. You guys that are participating in the chat, and those familiar faces that I so often see here, like Pat and Brenda and Nux, um, and all the others, April. That there's some regulars, and Jay, I know I've seen you before. I think lots of Mookie was loss of Mookie was her main thoughts. It's what I got from it. Yeah, yeah. And I felt like she really shared about her relationship with Mookie and what that process of losing him was like in a really powerful way. She really made that uh, she really drew you in. I feel like her story made the audience excited for the relationship that she had with Mookie. That you really hold it and you're happy about it. And just like that, it was gone. Bucking Chet. Okay. Thank you for your videos and testimonials. A true must see channel. Holy cow. I sure wish more people felt that way. Appreciate your comments very much. I don't know how long you've been here, but I was saying earlier that I'm living the dream, getting to do this. That we're at a point where the advertising is the only support that we have for these stories, and it's enough to make it sustainable. It's a crazy amount of work, but also a beautiful kind of adventure and this wonderful potential to drive awareness. So Gabby is leaving us, and I am going to be leaving us any minute, really. Gabby, thank you so much for being here. You ever need anything, you just let me know. And please keep in touch, and we can do a follow up, kind of anytime you want. So I feel very fortunate, very blessed to be where I'm at in getting to do this kind of work and to and very fortunate in the way that it gives me it gives me time to spend time with my wife this way. It's really it's a sweet spot to be in. Took a while, but I'm glad to be here, and so I'm glad for all of you guys being here. But it is time to wrap it up. I want to remind you that you guys are always welcome to email me, email to reach out. Autocorrection is killing me. Thank you, WSP. I thank you for watching. That that's what makes it possible. At the beginning of most of the stories, there's a graphic that says this content is made possible by viewers. Or with some of the stories, there's a graphic that says that. There's on other stories, there's a graphic that says, stories that matter. And so grateful for you guys to be watching. And so, but as I was saying, I want you guys to remember you're always welcome to reach out. You can email me here. You're welcome to message me on Facebook. There's a phone number where you can call me on our company website, which is texas-pictures.com. And so please feel free to keep in touch. Always open for new ideas for stories. And hope to see you soon. Our next premiere should be in a couple of days, but I don't know which story that will be right now. So thank you all for joining us, and we will talk to you soon.